trimmed and the oil is poured in. So today the subject from Toby's reading, it's Revelation chapter 7. Now many times we fall into this trap that Revelation is a mysterious book, Revelation is a hidden book, whereas the title itself is different. It says it is a revelation. It's not a mystery. Maybe the book of Daniel could be a mystery, but the book of Revelation is a revelation of who? Of Jesus Christ. His character, His work, His desire for you and me in our lives. And so if you approach it, my wife is a math teacher, and one of the things that she struggles with, she always tells me, is the perception that math is hard. Who has ever, found that perception? I remember when we were growing up, you say, oh, math is hard, math is hard, math is hard. But when you really change your mindset, and she has actually experimented at school about this mindset shift from the, I think it's year 7 when she gets them from the lower years, and slowly, it's beginning to show that once you change the mindset, usually it's easier to learn, and that is the book of Revelation. So I hope that as we delve much into it, essentially it reveals Christ. It reveals Christ's desires for you and me on how to live our lives. So we find John here in Revelation 7 after he sees the great throne room from chapter 4, and then we find after the 7 seals have been loosened by the Lamb, he is then taken into this scenario in verse 9, which says, after these things, Revelation chapter 7, verse 9, I looked and behold a great multitude, which no one could number, of all nations, of all tribes, of all peoples, of all tongues, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, with palm branches in their hands. Now, this introduces something which usually defeats us as human beings. What does John see in heaven? Does John see, earlier on the elder almost caused a controversy when he talked about beautiful Zimbabwe, and he had to try to balance it by saying every country is beautiful. Now we find Zimbabweans in heaven. We find Zambians. We find people from Spain. We find all John sees all people from all nations, from all tribes, from all tongues, from everywhere. He finds them and he sees them in heaven. What are they doing? Why are there no Jews only in heaven? Why is it such a universal picture that he sees? That's the first principle of our talk today. God is a universal God. Many times the things that divide us, the isms, the schisms, on tribes, on nations, on ethnicity, the things that we allow ourselves, even within the church, to divide us. There's one thing that I always not fail to talk about when I preach. When I came into the church in this country, there was always this. I found this divide between Africans and Africans who somehow found themselves in the Caribbean. And I found it at the church where I was going, and I asked them, I said, what's the real cause of this unsaid but felt and very present division within the church?